Welcome to the third part of How I Play. If you missed last week's video or didn't know this is a weekly thing I have going on, check out the link in the description. Today I want to expand on what we saw in part 2, where I showed the MD and explained its role in the system, and I'm going to give you a few examples and ideas to try even if you don't have these modules. The modules we're going to look at today are Mimetic Digitalis, Basimilus, LIP, Belgrad, and almost off camera there's an Optomix here. So let's start with these two. Both of these, the BIA and LIP, are self-contained voices, which means they have their own VCA and envelope. So quadracs and other VCAs in the system can be used on other things. The only thing they need is a gate to open their envelopes, which are connected to their internal VCA. The gates are sequenced in varigate, of course, and are turned on and off from channels 2 and 4 on the mute module. Okay, let's see what BIA is doing. I'm using it most of the time in liquid mode, in the bass range, and it gives me a bassy percussion thing, which I sequence most of the time between the kicks. And it's connected to the Optomix right here, which I use mostly as a low pass, just to achieve a little bit more contrast if I need between the BIA and the kick, like so. Sometimes, if the bass is taken care of by another voice, I flick both of these switches to the right. This puts the module in metal mode in the treble range, and it sounds more like a shaker or a noisy sound or whatever. Sounds like this. To make the sequence a little bit more interesting, I'm gonna use the MD, which channels 1 and 2 are connected to the BIA. Channel 1 specifically is connected to the decay on BIA, so it allows me to do something like this. Now I'm using the Optomix as a filter. Good, now let's see how I can bring the LIP into this. The LIP voice is a bit more complex, both in terms of what it can do and in terms of how I'm patching it. It's connected to Chaos Device's Belgrad, which can be a very clean filter or extremely crazy, since LIP has a dedicated envelope here. I'm using it to modulate Belgrad's cutoff frequency. So this envelope also controls the internal parameters in LIP, and also I'm using it to control the filter. But it's not directly connected to the filter, it's going to the MIA, which we saw in part 2, and then it goes back here because it's mixed with an LFO. Okay, let's do the same again, but use BIA as a bass this time. since it has two oscillators, I can sync one to the other, I mean A to B or B to A, or not have them synced at all and have them running free, each one at their own pitch and modulating each other at their own rates. So from something like this, I can achieve something like this. By the way, I recorded a few sounds while making this video, and you can download them and use them. Let me know if you like them so I can see if I make more. You might have noticed this black cable, which I haven't talked about yet. This cable is coming from fader number 2 in the Lapsus Os, which allows me to offset all the decays of all the voices at the same time. So it's basically just controlling the decay of this envelope, which opens also the amplitude and the filter cutoff here. Okay, that's it for today. In the next part, I'm gonna show you two more voices. One of them is this one. And the other one is this one. They're being sent the exact same melody, but they sound different because they're playing at different times in different octaves. We're gonna see all that next week. Happy patching. Bye.